telling you, yours will be better than mine because you're not going to rush for the sake of a video. And it's going to be absolutely delicious. Welcome back to Paul and Benny. I'm Paul. Benny's behind the camera. Today we're making this really easy, really delicious sweet potato pie. I bet it's one of the best you've ever had. If I go to the market on a Saturday morning and I don't have sweet potatoes, somebody's going to say, "Where's the sweet potato pie?" Guys, you got to make this for the holidays. A couple hours or even a couple days before I'm ready to bake my pie, I roast my potatoes on a cookie sheet. Line it with parchment or foil to make cleanup easier. I like to use smaller potatoes because they roast quicker, and if I have big fat ones, I split them down the middle, put them face down on a buttered or oiled surface of the paper or foil, and they won't stick so bad. Then I'll roast them in the oven at 375 for about 40 minutes to an hour till they're done. So the potatoes are out of the oven and they're completely cool to the touch. They've been cooling for a couple hours. The split ones are dark. I don't know if you can tell in the camera, it's not black. It's dark, dark brown. And if you're not sure if it's burnt or not, taste it. If it tastes caramely, deep, sugary, molassesy, it's not burnt. If it tastes bitter, charcoaly, scrape it off or don't use it. The ones like this are what I love. See that caramel stuck? Look, check this one. That's what I love. When the sugar has came out of the potato, it's melting, it's gooey, it's caramelized. That's what you want. That's why I love the small potatoes. You don't have to worry about them burning on the outside so easily, and look the way the skin comes off. Again, you don't have to do them this way. You could boil them, you could buy canned potatoes, you could steam them. The flavor gets so much more concentrated, the sugars get so much more sweet when you bake them like this. If you let them go too far like I did, the ends might get a little tough, a little leathery, so just grab a spoon, scrape out the softest part of the flesh, keeping the caramelized part, and then leave this part behind, or if you're like me, you just eat it. And roasted sweet potato is delicious. I recommend always roasting more potatoes than you need, so next time you want to make a pie, they're already in the freezer, you just got to thaw them. Look how easy these are to peel. You want them cooked until they're so soft, there's literally no resistance when you try to poke it with a knife or a fork. Look at that. We're aiming for 3 cups here. If you go a little over, it's no problem. Matter of fact, I usually make a little extra, so I have some to eat. You can always put it in a ramekin. Look at that, all in one piece. So there's our sweet potato. This is one of my tips for making the smoothest, lightest sweet potato pies. And you can use this method for a lot of pies. You can absolutely use this and it'll come out delicious. You can use this, it'll be less lumpy, really blended well, and absolutely delicious. But you can use this and it's going to be super smooth and light and fluffy and delicious, and your sweet potato pie is going to be better than anyone else's in the neighborhood. Put it in there, and you're almost done now. All the measurements are below in the caption, but I'm putting half cup of sugar, half cup of brown sugar, and a 1/3 cup of white sugar. Again, this is all to taste. You might have some sweet potatoes that are super, super sweet, and you don't want to put so much sugar. You might have some bland, mid-grade sweet potatoes, and that's all you could find. You're probably going to want to put some more brown sugar. You're going to have to taste your batter. It'll tell you what it needs. Okay, so there's your sugar, there's your milk. Fun fact is sweet potato pie requires a lot less added sugar than most other pies as well, because they're already sweet. Okay, we've got melted butter. I'm using 3 today. If your eggs are tiny little eggs, go ahead and use 4. If they're giant, double yolks or something, use 2. Again, it's not scientific, but you want over half a cup of egg here. I think this is the key to why some people love certain pies and hate others. It's because the way they're seasoned. I have half teaspoon of salt, ginger, and nutmeg, and then I have a teaspoon of cinnamon and Ceylon cinnamon. You could use 2 teaspoons of cinnamon if you wanted, but I like the variety of flavor there. The Ceylon tastes a lot more like candy apple cinnamon. It's sweet. I almost want to say hot, but it doesn't burn your tongue. But it's more that flavor than, you know, cinnamon in cinnamon rolls. Okay, so we're just dumping that in. And if you don't put salt and vanilla in your sweet potato, or most pie fillings, pumpkin, what have you, squash, butternut, it's not going to taste great. So we're going to be sure we put the salt and the vanilla. This is just a teaspoon and a half. I know some people say, well, we don't put all that in it, or my grandma didn't put all that in it. And that's okay. I'm sure it was delicious, but it wasn't like this. Let's see if I remember how to use the processor. Be sure to scrape the sides and the bottom really well, because I don't want any bits and pieces or parts that didn't get mixed up. You don't want a clump of salt or a mouthful of nutmeg. That wouldn't be good. We're just going to get it nice and scraped down and blend it until you don't see any chunks in there. If it looks like baby food, you're there. You might be tempted to dump this in your pie crust right now, but I wouldn't do it until I taste it. It's plenty sweet for me. It's plenty seasoned for me. Plenty of cinnamon, plenty of salt. This is the point where if it's not sweet enough, go ahead and add a little more. If it's not cinnamony enough, add a little more. Of course, the taste is going to intensify as it bakes, but you should have a good starting point right here. If you don't want to eat the eggs, blend everything up and then add your eggs last. But I've been doing this 50 years and it hasn't hurt me yet. You want to try, Ben?
Yes, please.
You want to be the expert and tell me if it needs something?
That's good, so right? Delicious.
I could eat it just how it is.
That's so delicious.
So to save some time, I took a shortcut today. I'm all for shortcuts. I don't shame anyone for buying store-bought prepared things, but I bought a prepared pie crust at Whole Foods today, and I'm going to say right off the bat, don't do it. It was in the freezer section, and I thawed it, and it felt like pizza dough. It's paper thin. I tried to save it, but I make dozens of pies every week for Saturday mornings, and I just thought today I'm going to take a break and just buy a pie crust. I'm going to say this isn't one of the best ones I've bought, but we're going to use it because this filling will taste delicious if you have no crust at all. Just pour it in a dish and bake it. You could put it in a graham cracker crust. You could eat it with some cookies or crackers. Just pour this in here. You'll notice the mixture is pretty thick. Sweet potatoes vary by moisture level. Some are really, really watery. Some are super, super dry. If you feel your mixture isn't spreadable, if it's thicker than pudding, just add some more milk. But this is going to work out just fine for us today. It's going to taste delicious. I see some little bits of potato in there that I didn't get. I'm so disappointed because I tried to rush it. But I'm telling you, yours will be better than mine because you're not going to rush for the sake of a video. And it's going to be absolutely delicious either way. It's one of my favorite things. This goes in the oven till it's done. It's going to puff up. The crust is going to be golden brown all the way around. Perfect. This took about 45, 48 minutes to bake. I left it a little longer than I wanted to try and get some color on this busted crust. I had other adjectives to add there. So it cracked a little bit because it's overdone, but it's not going to hurt a thing. But we're going to go ahead and cut into this and let Benny tell us what he thinks about it.
Uh-oh.
No pressure.
So you said the crust is busted. What don't you like about it?
Well, you notice it didn't keep its shape at all when it baked, the way I crimped the edges. But it just has a not pleasant feel to it. Underneath, I don't even want to show you underneath. There are brown patches and there's bubbly patches where it kind of steamed. I'm not going to complain about it, but I'm going to say if you must buy one that's already frozen in a pan, or if you're going to buy a refrigerator crust, not frozen, get the Pillsbury. You can get them cheap certain times a year at Sam's Club or Costco, like way cheap. Or get a Walmart pie crust. There's nothing wrong with the Walmart refrigerator pie crust. I mean, I don't want the ingredients that's in it, but it's good crust compared to this. Let me see the camera. Whole Foods. I know you don't watch me, but if you see this, do better. It's still a little warm. Yes, it should be all the way cold, I think, for room temperature, but it's late. Dinner was a long time ago, and it's time for a piece of pie. Please come out nice. The first piece is usually the hardest. Ooh, look at down in there. I got it. Oh, shoot.
No. Wow.
Okay, don't look.
Let's put it on the plate.
Should I use the same piece?
Yeah, it's on the knife. Just flop it on.
Oh, crap.
Saved it.
Ta-da!
What was I looking at the bottom? What was I looking at the bottom? Like it just came clean off?
Yeah, like there's no crust or filling left in the bottom. It was a clean cut, which is usually hard for me on the first cut. This is going to firm up a lot more when it's room temperature. The butter and the sugar is still a little bit melted, but when it's room temperature, you know, it'll be a nice, beautiful slice. Benny?
Okay, I'm ready to try this. I know Paul's pies taste delicious, but again, I'm interested to see what this crust tastes like. But overall, this is going to be amazing. Of course it's good. It's delicious. The spices come through. The actual like sweet potatoes are just so delicious. Okay, I've never been a sweet potato person until I met Paul. And then he started making these. It's just an amazing alternative to pumpkin pie. I don't know why people are all up in arms about pumpkin pie. It's good. This is 100 times better. So for the holiday season coming up, for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, do sweet potato pie. Seriously, I don't get the fascination with pumpkin pie. It's still really warm, but like Paul said, when it cools down and sets up, the texture is amazing. And I hate doing but it really is delicious. It is quite delicious. So for your holiday season, do the sweet potato pie. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when we post amazing holiday desserts. As always,
I'm Paul.
He's Paul behind the camera today. I'm Benny. We're grateful for delicious holiday treats, and we're grateful for you watching. I'm gonna go finish this.